We wanted you to hear those words from the Minnesota Constitution in the midst of this vigil, because next week is Statehood Day, 1 week from today, and it's an occasion where we can remind ourselves of why we have government, the essential purpose that you just heard Steve read. And keeping in mind the voice of the poet that Kathy read, we can see pretty quickly that when we talk about the protection and the benefit and the common good that government is supposed to undergird and protect and make possible, and the opportunities that it is to make possible, that there is a real crucial role for government to play in the lives of people who struggle, or who have illness, or have barriers to work, or have disabilities. It's one of the ways that we as the human family prop each other's lives up and protect dignity, protect human dignity. It's good to remind ourselves more often than we do that the force of government can be a force for good. It can be a moral good, a moral instrument. So much of the time, the public discourse is running it down and being cynical and pointing out that which doesn't work maybe as well as it should. But at its essence, there are some features of government that uphold human dignity and make life and opportunity possible for our community. This legislative session is particularly difficult. The challenge is huge. I mean, you all know about the $5 billion deficit that we're trying to solve. So that's a given. The challenge is huge. But on top of that is this level of partisanship and acrimony and tension that is probably deeper than I've seen it for the last 20 years. And that's one of the reasons we want to be a people of faith and have this vigil. Because we have to call people, I think, to two things. One is a commitment to human dignity, that we protect those with the least, and that the decisions at the end of the day are mindful of the needs of the poor and the disabled and people that live at the margins of life. But secondly, we have to call people to compromise. And that's one of the things that government is all about. Citizenship requires us to meet the needs not just of ourselves, but of everybody in the community. Faithful citizenship is about seeing the other point of view and bending your will and your needs so that you can fit in the fabric of the community, be a part of the fabric, not be alone. So we're called to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. What I would ask you today to do is to pray for our public servants, pray for the policy-making function, not as something apart from yourselves, but as something that you can play a role in. And we need to lift up our voices as citizens of this good state and honor Statehood Day, honor our commitment to each other and to our God, to protect human dignity, to insist on compromise, and to insist on policy making that ensures human dignity for all.